Well, Kurayahmi is like a Japanese word that stands for darkness or the dark one. I feel like it really represents my character, not in terms of like evil or whatever, but like, for example, if you watch anime like Sasuke, he's a dark character, like he has a dark persona, but that doesn't mean he's evil. So I don't really want to tell people like this is the meaning of the album or this is the message you should get from it, because I feel like, you know, it's music, man, it's art. Like you're supposed to be free to have your own perception of it. That's the beauty of art. I can look at a Picasso art and feel happiness, while someone else might look at it and feel sadness. You know, so that's a beauty of art. So I really like to have people have their own perception. You know, listen to the album and, you know, whatever you feel from it, then that's how it feels. But of course, there's a meaning and a message for me because I'm the one who made it at the end of the day. And for me, I was in a time of my life where I was really questioning a lot. You know, in terms of the meaning of my life and my purpose on life. And it was, you know, you always hear people tell you you only live once, and I was thinking about, well, you actually live twice, because there's the life on earth and then there's the life after you die, which is, if you have faith, the real life. And I was thinking, like, should we enjoy today because tomorrow is not promised or guaranteed, or should we sacrifice today to make sure that we have eternal enjoyment of tomorrow? Does today being ephemeral make it good or bad? Does it make it valuable or worthless? You know, can we enjoy both lives? Are we wasting our time or are we wasting time? You know, these are all deep questions that I was asking myself. And then there's also the juxtaposition of two lives, like my corporate life and my artist life, and you know, that was pretty much the mindset that I was in at that point, and being able to exteriorize that and put it into music, it was really good and beautiful, and yeah. Alright, so the main influence for this album was the Matrix movie, Matrix trilogy, in fact, which I think is the greatest movie of all time. Personally, it's my favorite movie. And yeah, it's just a movie that blew my mind because it's a movie that questions life, you know, questions the purpose of life and the meaning of life, whether you're in the Matrix or in the real life. You know, it was a trip to me, and I was really influenced by that. And if you even notice, like during the whole process of making the album, I was always dressing in black or in green. You know, I always had the dark shades. I even, you know, dyed my hair green. So I was really in Matrix mode. And yeah, but in terms of the influence regarding musically, if I can mention some of the albums that really inspired me musically, I would say Daft Punk's Random Access Memory. You can also hear a lot of Kanye's Graduation in it. Donda. Here I go, I get too lit. Here I go, I get too rich. Here Nothing Was the Same by Drake. You know me. You know me. And also Vacation in Hell by Fly with Zombies. Yeah, I don't sweat a text. My life is a text. Oh man, so like, first of all, cover art is really important to me. Like, it's one of the phases that I take most seriously, because I feel like a lot of artists don't do that, and I'm really about that. So it was a mixed message, because if you look at it, for example, here, this is not the official cover, by the way, but it's the same picture. You can see, like, you see my hands. I'm in water, and you can see my hands, and like, you can have two perceptions. You can have the perception that I'm drowning, you know, which is me facing my biggest fear in life. And you can also have the perception that I'm like, you know, like emerging from the water. So it's like, you know, two lives, you know, the contrast, you know, drowning. So one life is ending and you're emerging from the water, another life is beginning, you know, and it's both, it goes both ways, and it rides with the concept of the album. And it was a fun experience, man, because we took the shots when I was in Casamance with my colleagues for work. We had a mission there, and my colleagues Fatima and Musa, they took a lot of pictures for me. And then I was in the water every time doing this, and it was going up and down. It was crazy. but we had a good time doing it, and we took a lot of shots. And then my boy Jibril next door, he worked on it. He did his thing. He always works on my cover albums, and we came up with a lot of different concepts. So I had various, you know, forms of the cover, but we ended up picking this one. And also you can peep the green tint, which also takes you back to the Matrix theme and all that. So I take cover art very seriously, and I was really satisfied with this one. A lot of friends helped me pick, and I was really satisfied with the project. Oh, so the process was really hectic. It was a hectic process. It was very, very challenging because so I don't even have time for music for real, like because of work. I work all the time, so I barely have time to focus on music. And then when you make an album, this is a long process, and sometimes you don't even have things under control because you might want to go to the studio and your boy can tell you right now there's people in the studio, or they might not be available, and you postpone that session, and all of that really make things happen. And then also my producer had some issues with his studio, and so this was supposed to be out in early 2022. In January, I was already done with it, with the concept and the writing and everything, but we kept delaying it, we kept postponing it because of all that. And I don't regret it in the end because everything happens for a reason. It helped me go back to the drawing board and look back at the things and scratch some of the things. So there were some songs that were supposed to make it, they didn't make it, and there were some other songs that came in and replaced those. And in the end, it was a fun ride. It was a long ride, but based on the budget I put on it, because you have artists who put like over $1 million to make their albums. I don't even think I spent $500 in this one. So based on the budget I had, the lack of time and all that, to still be able to come out with this, I was really satisfied. And yeah, that was a long ride, but it was a fun one. So that's a funny question, because it's like, when you ask a parent who their favorite child is, or you ask, children who their favorite parent is, and they always say, I love them all equally, it's all the same. That's bullshit, that's cap, first of all. They all have favorites, they just don't want to tell you. But for me, I have three. I can talk about three favorites. Like, I have my favorite to write, and my favorite to record, and my favorite to listen to. So my favorite to write was No Regrets, because it was really fast. Like, I wrote that in less than 10 minutes. The inspiration was flowing, and I love when that happens to me.
Just another lesson, no regrets. Hey, 150 grands and I bet it on myself. Yeah, 150 songs and I did it.
My favorite one to record was probably Women, because the energy in the studio that day was just crazy, and the beat, it's my favorite beat on the album.
And time with my friends. Come on, baby girl, pick your poison. You're not a kid anymore, quit with the nonsense. 6 cents of her.
And my favorite one to listen to is probably right now, it changes a lot, but right now it's Party in Heaven, because I really like what I did with that one. It's not really my style of music, but the inspiration was crazy, and when I listen to it, I'm really proud of myself.
To get so paradise and realize that the party don't stop.
So those are my three favorites on the album. Alright, so favorite lyric, that's going to be crazy because I would have to really think about that. You know what, actually, instead of a favorite lyric, I'd rather share this I'd rather share this text, this paragraph that I wrote, and you have it's a paragraph that's really meaningful and it really tells the story of the album, and you have each track on the album in the paragraph, so that lets you know that the placement of the track list was well calculated. So here it goes. On my dark sky transition where women await me, I hope to find a party in heaven. The act of liberosity shall make me win, so I made decisions to become Kurayahmi. Now anticipating payday, my honors impress me into long-distance situations, wishing to be free like water. In the end, my goal is to have no regrets when reminiscing about my memories as I run out of time. Think about it. Oh man, amazing, amazing. That was something that was really, overwhelming for me because I didn't really think people would take their time to listen to my music like that, and I got positive feedback from everywhere, whether it's my homies in Cleveland, Chicago, Detroit, um, Berlin, Germany, even in Asia. I got people who listen to it who tell me that they loved it, in France as well, and of course here in Dakar. I just all over the world, man. I got people who took their time to listen to my project and go through all 14 songs and come back to me with a feedback that was positive and encouraging, and that was really special to me. So I like to actually take that opportunity to thank everyone that worked on this album, man. Whether it's the people who worked on the cover, all the artists that were featured in it, the mixing, the producing, the whole team. It was a really good ride, and I'm really appreciative of that. What's next? Well, long term, you might be surprised because in the last song I say, I'm running out of time. So what really happens when you run out of time? It's like something is ending, but something else might begin. So stay tuned with that. Short term, I just have one word: Blitzkrieg.
Give me wisdom while I verify my thoughts. As a king, I pray to God he held me down when I was late. Day can be having failure as an option. This is Mayday. I'm a risk taker, a betting man, fluent in par.